All right, guys, we're live. It is Tuesday. Very interesting week behind us. Very interesting beginning of the week also right now, and lots of opportunities in the markets. Probably you have seen a lot of Magnificent Seven stocks are down. A lot of AI stocks are down. A couple of good buys that we're going to mention here while we're waiting for Ivan. I just wanted to let you know on this live stream, we're talking about options, stocks, investing, opportunities in the market, our strategies, and also, of course, what's going on with QuantWheel. Right now, QuantWheel is, if you're using it, getting lots of upgrades, simplifying things, focusing on the ROI of the tool. So basically the dollar in time, so that with a few clicks, you already know what you have to do. You don't need to research. It's super simple if you're starting out, and it's going to be even more simple in the future. This is the most complicated and the worst QuantWheel will ever be. So if you are here using QuantWheel, we're looking for your advice. How can we make it better? How can we improve it? And I will share my screen and show you what we have right now and what we're going to do while we're waiting for Ivan. If you are new and you don't know how to use QuantWheel or how to trade options, join us on this live stream. We're going to show you personally, step by step, what you can do to start. All right, so this is QuantWheel. You can see that on the left side, you got some bit changes. On the right side, you got some changes. And the first thing you need to do when you log in is to choose your wheel strategy. Let's say you're going to use a custom one. That's fine. That means that when you go to the wheel and you go to find deals, you're going to be able to find deals as per your instructions, as per your wheel strategy setup. You can choose the watch list here or create a new one here. You can, let's say, go with popular stocks. Select the ticker. Let's go with Microsoft. Pretty interesting one at the moment. We're going to talk more about Microsoft here on this live stream. It's a pretty good one at the moment. You can, once you select the Microsoft stock, you can select option filters. You probably don't want to see all the options. We're just going to go with 12% minimum and days to expire, not too much, 45 days maximum. And now you can see a lot of opportunities, with Microsoft at the moment. What I do and what I like to do is I like to see only the information that that is interesting for me. You can do that as well. You can remove anything that is irrelevant, like data, rating, weekly yield. Probably you also are not interested in mid and bid. And this is it. This is what I do. I basically reorganize my workflow so that I see a stock, a ticker, expiration, how many days till expiration. Then what I like to do is to see the stock price and then the strike price, like this. And then what I like to do is to see the difference between stock and strike. And you might like this setup as well. And then what is interesting is delta, bid, and then yield, which is per trade and yearly. Look how nice it is right now. You can see exactly which options you're looking for. And what I like to do next is sort by difference. So what I'm going to do now is save my setup as CSP main, and I'm going to place a red color CSP just so that I can find these filters in this setup next time. And what you can see here, Microsoft, if you want to buy it, it's a pretty good time still. Difference between strike and stock price is 12%, and you still earn 13% yearly if you do this. A lot of well-known names have bought Microsoft recently. Another one which I would like to talk to Ivan about is Apple. Probably I'm misspelling the ticker, Apple. Ivan, what is Apple's?
It's a AAPL.
Yes. All right. This is okay. Filter is a little bit buggy. Okay, so now you see Apple has also pretty good yield. It's 5.6% difference because it was not that. It was not as volatile. But the interesting thing about Apple is it increased prices of all of their products. If you are buying servers, virtual or any technology, any hardware nowadays, it's increasing dramatically in price as it was in the last couple of years, and will probably continue to do so because any energy and hardware that is being utilized by large players is going to move to retail, and because of the large players, the retail is going to pay more. And also, if you want to run a stronger computer because you're using AI, the more use and the more the world uses AI, the more the better computers will have to be, more expensive they'll have to be. And that's why I suspect Apple's price to, or stock price of Apple, to increase by a lot. Especially after the next earnings release. Right now, this one is maybe not that relevant on July 31st, but maybe in September, October, you might want to revisit Apple if the price will and the increase in prices and earnings will and revenue will not be already in the stock price. What do you think? Two stocks I mentioned even on this live stream so far, Microsoft and Apple. Ivan. Okay, Ivan is not with us right now, but another one. We talk about CoreWave a lot on these live streams. CoreWave is a pretty big one. As you can see, huge premiums. I always mention this on live stream. Nvidia has, I think, average price of CoreWave around 85, 87. So even if you want minimum risk, you can sell a put on 65. I think it's not going to go much lower than this. So you can earn 12 to 20% pretty much risk-free. Another one is iron. Iron is being mentioned in the media these days a lot. Also, you can sell any of these pretty much risk-free if you are going to hold it for a long time. And even if you're not, I think iron in the next 1 to 5 years is going to be in S&P 500. Probably I'm using timelines like very pessimistically. I think it's going to happen very, very soon. That's for iron. That's like I bought Apple, Microsoft, iron, CoreWave recently. So don't listen to this. To me, this is not financial advice. I'm just talking out loud what I'm doing. The stock I traded, which is a little bit more risky, is TEM. I bought them because they have a lot of data that will be used for oncology. I bought at around 50. It's going well. I'll probably sell at 60, 65. That's another one. What else is there? Let me check my portfolio. I think Amazon is a good CSP and buy here. So if you like Amazon, I think out of Magnificent Seven, it's the only one that is doing what none of them can do, or they won't be able to compete. So Amazon also has data centers. They are in tech, but they also have logistical centers around the world. and they're now implementing robots in their warehouses. So their e-commerce is going to be extremely profitable. It already is, but it's going to just increase in profitability. And then there's AWS and so on. I think this is still one of the best buys right now. Amazon. I think it's undervalued, especially for what the future will bring. You got Amazon here that you can consider. And another one that is a bit more risky is SMCI. They had about 2 3 months ago um, a person from their company was selling behind the curtain their product to China, and they were faking financials. Still a great company, but every time news come out about their investigation, the price of the share drops. Still a good buy here. Also, CSP is pretty good here. I don't think it will go lower, but you can see how volatile this stock is. It just recently got to 50 and now it's 29. All right. And then what I'm looking at right now, like RoboStrategy, I sold. I don't know why I sold it, to be honest. I think it's just gonna go up more. But I'm happy with taking profits, and then I will see what will happen next. I'm just becoming way more risk averse and trying to get rid of as many stocks as possible that are risky. Google is fairly valid probably right now. Still a good buy, but I would not focus on Google that much. That's just me. And
Yeah, Google still it did run up even at this price 100% in the past year, right? So
yeah,
there are plenty of people sitting on the profits.
yeah. I mean, Google's one of my favorite companies, and I think they're crushing it. But I don't see much upside from here. At least not in the short term.
Um, yeah, we got a feedback that the screen is a bit unreadable. Maybe I don't know if we need to zoom in or maybe we need to refocus. But yeah, what else do you have, Luca? Or do you want me
Uh,
to share some
I
product
wanted
updates?
to show
Oh,
everyone on the screen that now, if you have noticed, we don't have Action Center, we have active wheels, and we don't have results. This is also active wheels. So this is your main screen when you log in. What you're going to see there is how much cash is not working for you, how many stocks are not working for you. So cash can be converted into cash secured puts, and stocks can work with covered calls, generate you income. This is where you see how much you're missing out. This is your performance so far, and this is where you see your active wheels and everything you can do to increase your revenue or income from premiums. So now we have simplified. You can see everything in the same screen. Just wanted to show you this, guys. This is kind of like a small update. All right, Ivan, what do you got?
awesome. Yeah, I wanted to share the same thing with some data and show you guys how it actually works. I've been using the product myself just on the roll part. I think on Friday for an hour. It was so cool to see how much premium can I collect by rolling stuff. And then also we have a demo of live GEX updates on the TradingView charts. I don't think you will see this anywhere else. So yeah, stay here for a few minutes to get to that part. So on the active wheels, as Luca showed you, we have leaps, covered calls, CSPs, and you can filter them down here. Um, and if I click into one of them, let's say, uh, yeah, Wendy, it can show you exactly when you sold the cash secure put, what your break even is, and your price break even for the contract. with some potential rolls if you like to roll them. And you can also sell covered calls on your lips. With just one click, you get all the different options, and you can explore them further. So yeah, right now in one screen, basically, you can see all of the things you need to manage your wheels. I think another update was there on the roll section. It needs to refresh, needs to calculate all the different things, but you just let it calculate everything it needs to, and you will see potential rolls populate very, very quickly. I have a lot of positions, so it takes a few seconds. It would take me probably a few hours to do this myself without QuantWheel. So just waiting for a few seconds is not a big deal. But yeah, it'll take a look at all of my cash secure puts, covered calls, and see what is the potential premium I can collect for the least amount of time extending, and just show it to me here. So that way I can just sort by this column and see where should I focus my attention. Previously we had, all of the positions, so you had to click into each roll one by one. But now, yeah, I can just quickly scan through this column and see, hey, this is like, for example, a lot of premium I can collect by rolling a BABA put, but it's only 4% annually. I can look at all the others and find, oh, look, for example, this bot CSP can give me 17% annualized by rolling it down. So yeah, I can quickly kind of scan where should I focus my attention. Also, Mara, 15% annualized just by rolling. I think this was very useful to me on Friday. I already rolled a bunch of stuff, but you can do it now as well. We have a bunch of updates coming for Journal and the QuantWheel Intelligence soon. So you will soon be able to just ask QuantWheel Intelligence something about these roles. For example, should I even roll my PayPal covered call or not? That's going to be super exciting and super useful. And then I think I will need to just set up my local machine. There's been a ton of people asking us if we can display our GEX on the actual trading view, and the answer is we can now. For that, I will need to just share my full screen. Just give me 1 second. All right, so let's go back to the roll. I'm gonna pull up my QuantWheel GEX Bridge. This is a new desktop app that lets me control my trading view, and I'll just verify my API key. It's also a change that is coming live soon, and I can just reconnect to my trading view. And boom, it can detect, oh, this is a spy on my screen. It's gonna get the GEX levels from QuantWheel and actually draw them here on TradingView.
This is sick.
I don't think you will find this anywhere else. You can zoom in, zoom out, get those levels updated very, very quickly. So soon you'll be able to also modify a bunch of this stuff, modify the formulas, the layout as much as you like. But yeah, this is gonna be super useful. You can still have all of your indicators, everything that you usually use. You can switch, the tickers as well, and it should detect, as you can see, hey, now it's MongoDB. There are still a bit of some lag for it to update, but we'll try to improve that. I mean, just by waiting 2 seconds, you get your GEX flip levels, put wall, call wall on your trading view. This is going to be a game changer, if you ask me. And there's a bunch of other stuff that are coming to this as well, such as seeing flows right on your trading view. People usually have to switch between 5 different screens, 5 different tabs, but now you'll have everything in just one workflow, and I think you will be much further ahead than other traders just by using this. Um, so yeah, stay tuned. This is going to probably be the core of my day trading setups, and let me know what you think about this. Luca, how does this look like?
Um, I think this is sick. I wanted to tell you this could be new indicator that could be like kind of like upgrade, something you can buy separately from QuantWheel. And I think we should talk to Emmeline and traders who do day trading to basically get this as one of their main indicators that I think they would love that.
Yeah, 100%. I think people who know the value of this will just probably go crazy about it. So yeah, we are still packaging it, making sure it's easy to use, and if you're interested, let me know. I can give you the alpha preview version for testing.
Yep, cool. All right. And what's going on in the market this week for you?
In the market, it's been good, very good for this week. I'm out of all the semis, so I wasn't uh, affected by yesterday's craziness. I've been trading spreads on them with 100% success rate. I think we've showed how QuantWheel can help you find those spreads for SanDisk. And then Intuit was a huge win. I think we shared it also in the live stream last week. Um, like the next day after we live streamed, it just showed up to our target level. It's crazy how this GEX can help you out.
Nice.
Um, I have some new insights about gold that I can share if you'd like, but let me know if you how is your portfolio doing? Are you full on in dividend stocks now, or?
No, no. I think it'll take me. I'm basically allowing myself getting assigned, but so far I didn't on any of the stocks. Corewave dropped, iron dropped, so I sold the covered calls there early, and I'm waiting for the price to get back up again, and then I will cover calls again until I get assigned with those two. And then I have Microsoft and Apple bought a couple hundred shares of each and covering calls on those as well. And then there are kind of other stocks, let's say the worst performers like Figma. I'm down like 80%. It's ridiculous. There I'm covering risky calls until I can. Probably I will lose 15, 20,000 on this trade. And I'll have to say, not every can be a winner.
Yeah, I mean, Figma is very interesting right now. I started actually going long on Figma last week. I think I shared it in Discord. I think it's
Mhm.
bottomed out, or like it's rounding up, right?
But
So
imagine my position. Figma was 120 and then it
yeah,
dropped to 60 and I bought around 60, 65. And then it kept dropping to 20. Now 18 was lowest price, something like that. Imagine for me to just get to break even, it has to increase by 300%. And imagine people who bought it at 120. Like it's crazy.
yeah, I think it still has potential. It's probably at this level is cheap. Like it's below 10 billion market cap.
I think
Um,
Figma is cheap, but it's just that there are so many alternatives now that people think they are good.
yeah,
So probably Figma is in this Intuit category where undervalued SaaS, let's say, which is going to get up again because people will realize, hey, you still need good quality companies, and new and beginner companies cannot compete with the level of detail and progress Figma has accomplished in those couple of years or many years.
um, you sharing last time about the Realty Income
Hmm.
Corporation.
Hmm.
It inspired me to take a look, and yeah, I liked what I saw. So I went yesterday into a trade. Um, basically they had an ex-dividend date today,
Mm-hmm.
collecting 27 cents per share.
Mm-hmm.
So I just sold my classic stuff, basically buy right. I bought 200 shares
Nice.
and sold a $60 covered call, in the money
Nice.
covered call, basically committing myself to selling the shares as soon as the expiry comes, assuming it's not going to drop below 60. So that way I collect the premium. My cost basis is below 60. So like say, I don't know, 59.7. So in the best case, I earn that the difference between cost basis and the strike price. In the worst case, I collect the dividends.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll need to check my fidelity and see what happened. Did my shares get called away? Did someone else steal my dividends overnight? Or am I going to get the dividends and I can just close the position today? So
Yeah. I think it's one of the best stocks you can buy if you don't care about appreciation, but just about the dividend. I
yep.
already I already earned some money on it, a couple of hundred. I'm going to earn another 270 in 2 weeks. I'm basically earning about 2% per month uh, with a wheel. I'm not counting dividends. So with dividends, probably between 2 and 3% per month on O.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to find another 10 stocks like O and just do and repeat the same thing instead of AI. So as I get assigned, that's what I'm going to continue doing.
Um, cool. I want to share you one interesting thing. I saw it from the other YouTuber, but it's a good learning for me, and it makes sense. Basically, comparing the price of gold and the 2-year yield. Uh, they are basically 2-year yield is a proxy for liquidity and the amount of free capital that's out there. And I'm trying to align it as perfectly as I can, but this is kind of showing you approximately how it works. This is on the log chart, so you can clearly see the ups and downs. Uh, but basically, when the yield, 2-year yield bottoms down, the gold peaks.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the relationship. Here you can see the peak in gold and the bottom in the 2-year yield, and then the 2-year yield is rising. Basically, people are finding some free money in the yield and free yield, free income, and they're getting out of non-producing asset like gold. But then when they start dropping rates again here, they start dropping right here, and this was the bottom in gold. The gold just starts rising because less interest rates, the bigger inflation, and then hence gold starts rising again. Similarly here, um, they start lowering rates 2024, and then boom, spiking gold. And now this was kind of the same thing here. They bottomed the rates in right when the last gold peak was as well. So then the next question is, what is going to happen with the interest rates? If you want to know what's going to happen with the gold. Um, so it's all like interest rates are already rising. So again, when interest rates peak, we should see the bottom in gold. And then, yeah, one could argue probably interest rates can go up a bit more. I don't know, 6%, 7%. We'll see with the new Fed chair Warsh, but I think Trump is still pressuring them to cut rates. And if they continue to cut rates, we should see more gold pumping.
And what I wanted to ask you, what do you think about Bitcoin?
Great question. I think there are now interesting day trading opportunities. Just yesterday, I was looking at Solana. I think you just need to be patient here. So Solana, it's been beaten down, but it's starting to form kind of even slight bullish divergence, meaning like it's starting to drop less and less. Potentially some bottoming here. I think it still could go slightly more down, but if you zoom in a little bit, there are a ton of potentially great options trading opportunities. It's starting to break some of the trend lines. So if it, for example, breaks this thing here, it's gonna break this structure. So it's gonna make higher highs on this structure. It's gonna break this trend line and have some kind of upside again. I think it's been beaten down a lot, and it could make some nice profits here because uh, people are not very bullish on crypto right now. So premiums on calls are very, very cheap. Um, that's what I'm looking at. I'm not selling cash secure puts. I think Bitcoin is it's been just following every single bear flag that I could find. And I've been just buying puts on it for a long time. Why? I needed to go into log chart, and on the log chart, it has broken this very, very, very long trend line. I think even if you go into the monthlies, yeah, this is a huge, huge, huge kind of rising wedge style that broke down, and then it needs to find its bottom. So I'm not touching Bitcoin. It looks very bearish just by looking at the chart. But I'm looking at the short-term trading opportunities. What about you? You probably have more experience in the crypto space.
I think just exactly why you wouldn't touch it. I think it's the best time to buy. I think it'll be difficult to time the bottom. It could go to whatever 20,000, 40,000. Nobody knows. But if you're looking to buy Bitcoin, not day trading, probably it's best time to buy when everybody is afraid, and right about now, and in the next whatever. If it drops more, it's even better. But who knows? Will it drop? I think this won't continue forever. All it takes is for the government to introduce digital euro, digital dollar, start talking about it, people spreading fear, and then Bitcoin will be up again. I know it because I remember every single time I felt, oh shit, Bitcoin is shit. It's not worth anything. It's just a cryptocurrency. There's nothing backing it up. And then I'm thinking, yeah, but what is one thing or one crypto that has the history, that has the brand, that has limited supply, that has huge market, and even whole companies generating funds just because of Bitcoin. It also has um, it's basically what the problem with Bitcoin is. A good and a bad thing is we had two wars. We have world crisis, oil crisis, cryptocurrency bear market, and it's dropped 50%, and it's still there. So what else could go wrong for Bitcoin to continue dropping? It was pretty stable considering what was going on in the world so far. The problem with that is nobody was considering, at least it's not showing on the chart, people were not considering buying Bitcoin instead of gold. People just come back to gold. Whatever happens in the world, gold is the main, um, yeah, it's the main currency basically. Like a hedge, it's the main hedge. So I think Bitcoin has the future if you're considering just holding it. And if you compare Bitcoin to inflation, like it's a really good buy, probably right now. And if it drops even further, even better. I'm thinking about buying even more right now.
The problem I have with Bitcoin is that like the utility. I mean, all the transactions in crypto are done like people who actually use it to pay stuff are probably using Tron or something. Or Solana is probably like the backbone of all the engineering stuff around crypto that's useful. There's also like a Arc chain on what is it called, Circle, um, from Peter Thiel or whatever they are. Oh wow, they dropped a lot. I should probably put cash secure puts on this. But Bitcoin is like just like gold also has its own use case in the industry, right? But Bitcoin has no actual use. Like, do you see a use for Bitcoin?
I mean, you can you could argue the use of Bitcoin. One of the uses of Bitcoin is the only currency that doesn't have unlimited supply, whatever you do. Which
Um,
people who would be much smarter on Bitcoin than me would tell you, hey, okay, in 5, 10 years, what's the future of dollar? What's the future of real estate? You cannot buy property, you cannot buy, everything is too expensive. But if you save in Bitcoin, it's a saving currency. You just hold your money in Bitcoin long term so it keeps value, you'll be fine. But of course, if you're saving for 1 year or 2 years, it's nothing. You have to hold it for a long, long time for it to keep more value than dollar. This dollar will naturally lose value, of course.
yeah, I agree with the not saving in dollar, but why not like saving in producing assets or gold, right? Um, I mean, I keep my part of Bitcoin just because yeah, you never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm struggling to see. Okay, maybe we can mine more gold from the space, and we can't mine more Bitcoin from space, right? That
Yeah.
could be the only argument I see for Bitcoin against gold.
The thing is, I am expecting this to happen. I'm expecting Elon to come from SpaceX and say, we're starting to mine asteroids. And then him, maybe it's not even true, but even him saying we're just going to mine gold, I think this might crush price of gold. But where are you going to go? This is what we discussed. Which stock, ETF, or real estate? Like, what are you going to do with your money? Because nothing is perfect anymore. Before, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, you could say, hey, I can see how this company could exist in 20, 30 years. Now I don't see for sure that every company will exist. So I'm not sure that I will put my money in this and this only, and I can forget about it. It's always changing.
I like agriculture a lot,
Oh yeah,
specifically modernized, um, professionally operated agriculture with like new technologies, because people will always have to eat. They will want to eat clean as well, and if you're a very very productive farm, you can like outlive all the competitors. So that's like one hedge that I really really like nowadays.
yeah. I don't
And
know.
yeah,
I
going
like
in the direction to
options
like
for now.
Croatia producers
Yeah,
rather than the ETFs. I looked at almost all the ETFs and REITs or whatever for agriculture, and they're not that attractive to me. So I think thinking outside the box a little bit, diversifying there.
yeah. It'll be interesting to find food stocks, like food producer stocks. I think if I could short an industry, I would short universities, but I would go along with longevity and agriculture.
What was the first one before agriculture?
Longevity, health, longevity, like lifespan.
Interesting. Do you know any companies there?
Well, I think Neuralink, but it's not public. Neuralink will go far, but it's not public, I think. There are many like Neuralink, but they're not as popular because they don't have Elon Musk. But there are advanced companies that do similar things like Neuralink. We just don't talk about them because they're not that popular. I would also consider going into peptides, HIMS, but HIMS is just ecom. If they launch their product, I think they could go far. But there is no moat in peptides. That's the problem. It's just gonna be available for everybody. This industry. So
Yeah, before we go, I just want to ask you about this thing. Have you seen this ETF?
no,
KOID.
no,
It's basically humanoid robotics and physical AI index.
nice.
So it tracks not only like the companies that produce robots, but also companies that manufacture components for it, like even all this up to smaller parts.
And
Um,
who's managing it? Grain shares.
Grain shares, yeah, that's a good manager, I think. Still has
Okay.
low assets under management, but um, it has options. I mean, expense ratio is high, but I think if you believe in the industry, it should be fine.
What's net asset value?
I'm haven't gone that far yet.
That's what I'm interested in just because I want to compare it to a robo strategy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take a
but
look at this. But
even it's getting clearer and clearer for me that I will go into dividend stocks that look like go WM waste management.
oof, great company.
Like there will never be less waste. I think it will just be more waste in the world. At least I don't know. I don't understand the technology. I don't think it'll be less waste. We're just producing more and more. Like this company. Oh, JP Morgan, like as a bank. I would go with companies whose chart looks like this. Go very long term with this. Yeah. But if you
Oh,
look at
great.
long term waste management, it's like upright. Also company is Dividend King, I think. Cisco, same thing with Cisco. Crazy stock. I wish I
Wow.
had this stock a long time ago. There are billionaires literally who buy Cisco and hold it for 20 years. Imagine just from dividends how much money you can earn. But companies like these, O is also very popular in its own category, which we commented. If I just run the wheel on those, even though they're pretty fairly valued, but they're almost non-volatile unless they're long-term going up and right. And yeah, that's my goal. Just focusing on those.
I still don't understand why West management has such a monopoly on the US and I think even Canadian market. Wherever I lived, there was always waste management. Like
I Yeah,
I don't
I
know why
think
there are no smaller companies that just try to like take a
I
share out of
would
it.
if I was guessing, and I know in a couple of countries in Europe, owners of waste management companies in Europe are usually mafia. And
What?
I don't believe it's different in the US.
Interesting.
I think it's the same in the US. And I know locally there are smaller companies that manage waste, and it's actually a good business in the US. But yeah, probably as soon as they start growing a little bit, they buy them or who knows what.
Um, I don't know if people are interested in this, but there's a story. I mean, renovating the house, you have a bunch of garbage, right? You need to get rid of. And hiring someone to take out of your garbage, it's so expensive. Like
Yep.
they want to charge you like $800, and you have to put the garbage into their truck. So it's 10 times cheaper to rent, I don't know, U-Haul, drop it yourself, drive it to the local disposery, and just dump the garbage yourself. So it's a huge and awesome business to just do garbage. Um,
I agree. I agree. Cool.
All right, so robots and garbage is the summary of today.
Like we're going full circle. Yeah.
But I think that the theme is clear. Something that's never gonna go away, like food and garbage, and then the future, robots,
Yeah.
space, right? AI, easy,
Agreed. 100%. All right. Cool.
awesome.
Thanks, Ivan.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Luke.
guys.